The people of Ashraf freedom of movement. My lords, the people of Ashraf are entitled to be protected from harassment and attack. And I ask my noble friend, how can their safety be secured without the US retaking responsibility for the protection of the residents and the UN establishing a permanent monitoring team at Ashraf? That surely is what Her Majesty's government should be urging at this time.
Iran has secured constant headlines over the past few years because it has a very dismal record on human rights, and add to this the capacity to produce nuclear weapons and its fragile democracy, and these are the matters of serious concern to the free world. My Lord, this debate gives us the opportunity to probe the coalition government's stance on issues identified so far by many of the noble lords. It's tempting, my Lord, to cite some revelations that emerged from the publication of the WikiLeaks. I do not condone the unauthorized release of classified information. Governments cannot operate effectively if confidentiality in matters of security is leaked. But, my Lords, this is not the case with Iran, and diplomats ought to exercise care in the way information is communicated. Let me give you an example. We're shocked that it took years of legal battles in this country and in Europe to formalize the status of PMOI. Some of the information used by the Foreign Office at that time could not stand the scrutiny of the courts. It is here that our system of justice is supreme, and the PMOI has now been removed from the list of proscribed organizations. My Lord, why are we afraid of organizations fighting for democracy and civilized rule of law in Iran? Civilized world cannot accept the death penalty for over 135 child offenders on the death row in Iran now. My Lords, in many cases, defense against the regime is followed by systematic public hangings. 120,000 political prisoners have been executed since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. And, my Lord, amputation, lashing, and stoning seem to be the norm. My Lord, mobile communication, particularly mobile phone, has made it possible for the world to know how the fragile state of democracy there is, and the power now seems to fluctuate between the politicians and the mullahs. The nervousness of neighboring Arab states is very easy to understand. So far, tact and diplomacy has not yielded positive outcomes, and the process of uranium enrichment continues. My Lord, we need to know more about what role the regime is playing in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Lebanon. But the priority at this stage is to protect the life and liberty of those who are in Camp Ashraf, a point well made by the noble Lord in his opening speech. The world cannot stand by and allow the constant persecution of the residents there. The shift of power after the Iraq war between the Sunnis and the Shias has opened up a new front in which Iran exercises considerable influence in that particular region. It's no surprise that the unremitting violence against Camp Ashraf residents is the direct result of Iran's influence. My Lord, there are a number of questions that I need to put, but I'll simply stick with two. Would the Minister facilitate a cross-party delegation of parliamentarians to visit Camp Ashraf?